army after completing my 4 years as required. I was indicted into an oath that I will never fail my comrades and continue to believe in that oath to date. I have always strived to be the leader that the army deserved, not just in words, but in deeds. I prayed to God when I was appointed army commander to give me the wisdom, to give me the ability, to give me the energy, health, and above all, humility to listen to all that I led, and equally to listen carefully and take instructions from my seniors. I am grateful that I'm handing over without a single day that I thought it would have been different. I have led the army not because I was strong, but because the team behind me and those in front of me were a strong team to work with. The formation commanders who are here with me today, and the resilience of the Kenya Army soldier has led us this far. Even with the contemporary situations that we face, the challenges of these days, I prayed to God to give us the energy to move forward. I am appreciative with the support I got from the Defense Headquarters, from the Ministry, and from the Chief of Defense Forces, General Kiboshi himself. That support and support of all my formation commanders, led by the Deputy Army Commander, the General Officers Commanding, and all the formation commanders, and the soldier made it happen. The army stands firm not because of the army commander, but because of the resilience of the army soldier. As I hand over the reins of power, this power can only be good if it is serving the purpose for which you have been given. I hand over to my friend, General Njiru, at a time when the army is deployed in 6 theaters. The army is deployed in close operations. It is deployed in hotspots. It is deployed in internal security. It is deployed in Boni. It is deployed in Somalia. And I have troops in the Democratic Republic of Congo. And those troops and those in between are the ones that keep the army commander awake more hours than you would have expected. But I want to encourage the incoming army commander that the support you have from the men and women of the army, both officers and service members, is one you can count on. And mine is to urge all in the army to provide the best support possible to the incoming commander. Commanders are appointed to take the lead and work through other leaders. And therefore, from the private to the general, everybody has a role to play. And you can only succeed through humility and working with them. My unbroken service ends today as I hand over the stewardship of the Army. But my comfort is that the experience that General Njiru has in diverse fields makes him capable to take charge in the current dynamic and complex defense and security environment. The Army is an institution charged with the unstinting and unwavering task of protecting this country, its interests, and future prosperity against all land-based threats and aggression. And that is why the motto says, Kenya Army, ngao ya taifa. Kenya Army is the shield of this nation. And to be able to protect their lives of Kenyans and their property, you need a cohesive, united army. The Kenya Defense Forces prides in jointness. And therefore, as for you, General Njiru, as you lead the army, the joint aspect of working with the Air Force, with the Kenya Air Force and the Kenya Navy, creates more strength for the army. Kenya Army, as a constituent of the Kenya Defense Forces, has played a huge role in national agenda by engaging in national development projects, which has greatly improved our image. This opportunity has definitely taken even higher the aspects of Kenya Defense Forces contributing to national development. As the Army, you will be called from time to time to take part in these programs. And therefore, apart from the core mandate that you have, you will also undertake tasks pursuant to our secondary role in supporting other agencies in terms of disaster or other natural calamities. I must also single out the support of the Kenya Army by Defense Headquarters through the initiatives of the Chief of Defense Forces in many programs that have helped improve the lives and the welfare of the Kenya Army. I may not be able to name them all today, but suffice it to say, the Kenya Army today boasts of some of the most modern facilities, to include hospitals, the regional hospitals, housing, and equipment for the Army. And that as you take the reins of leading the Army, I have no doubt that that support is even going to be improved. There are programs that are completed. There are those that you will continue with. But it is important to remind that equipping the Army at all times so that they become the insurance that Kenyans want is a very important aspect to pursue. Allow me also to appreciate the outstanding support that we have had with the new outfit, the Military Wives Association of Kenya. That great brigade of ladies of the military is a team you can count on for the welfare of our soldiers. In the short time they have been in office, the troops have found another channel of their support to welfare programs. To you, Madam Tabitha Kiboshi, and your team, I would like to appreciate that you have led your team together with your committee, that today you know where all the soldiers are in terms of barracks, facilities, more than some of the formation commanders. Because formation commanders don't cross over. But you have been able to travel through all the formations to see where you can help. And particularly for a force, the army, which is deployed in operations and challenged by issues of stressful situations, they have found a shoulder to lean on. I thank you very much. To our families who have supported us through our tenure, I joined the army when I came from my place of domicile alone. I did not have a family. I did not have children. But now as I retire, I am happy that KDF did not only give me work, did not only give me wisdom, did not give me friends, but gave me a family. And I want to introduce my wife, Susan. Susan is my wife. And na watoto wasimame. Yeah. My firstborn is not here. He will not be able to be with us because of where he is working, the exigencies of what he does. And therefore, the firstborn is not here. Secondborn is my daughter, Irene. Irene is the firstborn, is the secondborn. Brian is a thirdborn. Evans is the fourth. And my firstborn's wife, Michelle, in the middle. And little granddaughters who are here also to be with us today. Now, this is the army I'm going to lead now, from now on. And I will be the commander. Susan will be my deputy. That cabinet is not a bad one. It is smaller than the one I've been managing. This big one was my Wapi formation commanders wote simama. Formation commanders. GOCs. GOCs. Alafu staff officers simama hapo. Hii watu yote ndio walikuwa kwa mgongo yangu. General Njiro, you have less work because these good people will work for you. I have no doubt of that. Please sit down. So I leave this big one for this smaller one. And therefore, I am going to rest. Otherwise, at this age, kwenda kwa kazi ingine ngumu, hapana rahisi. But I must thank God that through those years, even as we went about the military work, my family has been fully supporting to me. There is no single day they have asked me, what is this Ahmado you keep talking about? What is this Beleskogan you're talking about? They have never asked that. They always prayed that I do the best for the army in the time that I am in the army. I must also add that one of the issues that Military Wives Association pursues is the welfare of the military families. The military families. And I'm happy as I retire. This lady I met long time ago when she was young, I was also not old that time, is the same one I have, na ndiye tunaenda naye Sultan Ahmad pamoja. I urge you, my soldiers, take care of your families, because at retirement, you will begin to ask whether they are going with you or you are going your way. I am happy Susan said we are going the same direction. And that can only happen if you've shared what you've worked for with them. If you don't, then you have a problem. I appeal to you to take care of those families. Commander, as I finish, first of all, I offer my prayers. I offer my support when you require. I offer prayers to you and to your family, that God provides you with best wisdom to lead the army, and gives you the comfort of mind that your family stays well, so that you keep to the job, because it will take many hours of your family. But with God's support and support of Defense Headquarters and support of these great people and the soldiers, you will make it. I have taken time to take the commander to where the troops are. I have taken him to close ops. I have taken him to Somalia. I have taken him to Lamu. He will find a way of going to DRC. But I assured him that the troops in DRC are well, because I saw them recently. And therefore, as he comes in, I have already taken him to most areas, because this was a deliberate plan. And I knew it is important for a commander to understand. Commander, these staff officers and these soldiers seated here are only a fraction of what the army is. You have seen them in the field. But this handover today was about the headquarters, Kenya Army. And therefore, these are the staff officers and service members who support you to lead the others outside this camp. And I want to also thank them before you. I must appreciate the staff officers and service members who have supported me in this headquarters for all that we have done in the 4 years. The most important part in the staff, whether they are in operations, training, logistics, medical, or any branch that there is here in the headquarters, is your integrity. Your integrity, and tell the commander the truth, so that he can make decisions based on facts. This headquarters is not about rumors. It is about working. And I have no doubt that you'll provide the same to the commander. There is no day I've woken up feeling different because some letter was in the wrong office. Everybody has done his part, and I say thank you to you. With those many remarks, allow me now to invite the commander, General Njiru, to speak to us. And where we are adjusting a program a bit, after the commander has spoken, and before we sign the command document, the Vice Chancellor, National Defense University, General John Mwangi, will speak. General John Mwangi and I joined the same day. This great general, and I'm happy because he's leading our best institution, joined with me the same day. John Mwangi worked with me in this headquarters. I have not seen a worker like John. No wonder he's now the Vice Chancellor of the National Defense University. John and I joined with a group of other 113 officers, and therefore we came 115 to work. It is today I'm leaving Jonah alone to continue. To continue holding the flag of Intake 15 very, very high. And I know you can, Jonah.
I will.
I know you can. And therefore, Jonah will speak for 1 minute before we sign the documents. For now, I invite the commander to take the podium and speak to us. Thank you, Commander.
Outgoing Commander Kenya Army, Lt Gen Koipaton, Deputy Army Commander, Vice Chancellor, National Defense University, Kenya, Commandant NDC, Commandant KMA, GOCs, General Officers, Formation Commanders, Chief of Branches, Senior Officers, Sea Person of MWAC, Madam Tapida Kibochi, and our esteemed team, DFSM, ESM, our dear families present, warrant officers, senior NCOs, and service members present. Good afternoon. Good afternoon once again. Kenya Army. Kenya Army. Allow me at this moment, first and foremost, seek to reflect on ourselves as individuals, be it uniformed personnel, and our families. Because if we look into ourselves, we come from every corner of this great country. And God saw it fit for us to come together, join KDF, and most importantly, Kenya Army, and therefore become one family. I also want to recognize the families, because when they joined us, whether they are here or the ones in our families, they accepted to be part and parcel of this great family of Kenya Army. I would also want to thank Commander Kenya Army, the CDF, Defense Council, and also the Commander-in-Chief for having the confidence and trust to see that I can take up the challenge of being the Army Commander, and I'll remain indebted to all of them. To the families led by MWAC, I know the outgoing commander has also mentioned about you, but there is a special element in you that has really touched us as the leadership and the family of KDF. You have allowed us the opportunity to work well. You have also complimented in command, and I want to believe our welfare now is well positioned due to your input. Continue with the same spirit. I know, sir, at this particular moment, it's a great moment when we witness the transition of leadership of Kenya Army. But I want to reflect on, again, things which I've seen in you as a commitment, fair, resilience, and you are out to give the best to the Kenya Army. You have lived the true to the vision and mission of the Kenya Army by always endeavoring and ensuring that the arrowhead is sharpened. You remain an embodiment of success, especially in operations you initiated and oversaw during your tenure. Recalling the process of handover takeover, when it commenced, I clearly remember your deliberate brief on what are the projections, the vision of the Kenya Army. Also, you brought out the deployments of our troops across the country, the plans in place to further Kenya Army, and even the challenges also you did not state, but on the challenges you also brought out very clearly the mitigating plans in place so that we can overcome them. Mine is to promise you that I will follow the same trajectory so that the Kenya Army reaches where the vision and desires of the leadership is. You also never took tired. Because I recall after the brief you said, the best place to understand where Kenya Army is going to the arrowhead. And as you correctly said, we visited depots, a lot of FOBs, we visited them, the close-ups as well, Operation Amani Boni, the security arrangement for LAPSET, as well as the LNC FOBs. Because you are convinced the best to do it was by going and seeing, understanding the plans in place, what is happening, and then so that you can have a projection and plans of where the Army requires to be. You have done an excellent job leading these great men and women during a very dynamic and complex security situation. But what I can see and what I can say, you should be proud of all the accomplishments the Kenya Army has achieved during your tenure. After your 4 years of stewardship, you are leaving a stronger army, an army that is founded on professionalism and able to respond to any crisis or any developmental plans or tasking allocated to the army. We have seen enormous patriotism in defending the territorial integrity of our country against external aggression and aiding the civil authorities whenever called upon as enshrined in the Constitution of Kenya. As a result, you have always guarded the interests of our great country, Kenya, and your father endeavored and he did sharpened the arrowhead. Allow me to appreciate the great work that was done by the commanders at different levels, the trainers, the staff, officers, and staff personnel at Headquarters Kenya Army for supporting the outgoing commander to steer the army in all ways to ensure that the army stands strong in day-to-day endeavors. I request that you extend the same support and cooperation to me. I would also want to express my deep personal appreciation, gratitude in the manner in which the commander personally took me through over the years in mentorship. I have consulted you in many times, and you are always keen to hear. As we continue to visit various areas, I remember sharing with you the early moments of the night, of the day that you used to call me just to understand where we were and what we are progressing in my previous deployment. For the leadership of various formations, as I have mentioned earlier, I would also want to assure you the same commitment that the commander had to you through guidance, I will also offer you. So my doors will remain open so that we can continue with the same arrangements. I understand there are a lot of challenges we are facing today, but with the plans in place and teamwork, we shall overcome. And therefore, the challenges shall always be met with a clear, open, a focused mind, effective partnership, and synchronized efforts from all corners. We shall continue providing deterrence, confronting us, as well as the diverse demands of irregular and hybrid warfare. Our ability to respond when called depends on the skills and dedication of the great men and women serving the army. Outgoing Commander, sir, I know you have taken me through a lot. But there is nothing that we can offer you at this particular moment. What we can do is to offer prayers to you, seek God's blessings and good health when you are going to your next commitment. You have served this nation with great honor, and therefore it's our prayer that once you move to the next commitment, which usually is our fifth period of training, the resettlement is our fifth period of training. So we pray for you that you have enough energy and strength to be able to effect or implement that next commitment. And to our command group and staff of the headquarters, I call upon, we offer Commander the prayers, and also I would want to urge you that we continue with the same spirit that you set and rhythm, trajectory, so that we can get to the next level of the Kenya Army. With those few remarks, allow me also to recognize, I think our families, I know, we are not able to do whatever we are doing if it is not with your support. I came with my wife, Mercy. She's Mercy Bogo. I know many of you call me Jiro, but she's Mercy Bogo. We have our firstborn daughter, Lorraine. our second daughter, Dorleen, and our last born, who is a son, Ryan. So for me, at this particular moment, is just to say, I am joining a working system. I'm joining an headquarter that is functional, professional, or committed to its work. And therefore mine, is just to continue with the same trajectory that the Kenya Army, led by the outgoing Army commander, the trajectory it was following, that is the same I will follow. Thank you very much.
Our beloved country, Kenya. I invite all of you, my fellow citizens of Kenya, to be purposeful and deliberate as you vote. Do not take chances with that hallowed ballot paper. It is all you have got to choose